It's actually kind of hot back here. It's like a nice temperature outside, but in the back of the van, when it's like a darker van like mine, any kind of sunlight makes it kind of warm back here. But welcome to Idaho, the potato state. Got here last night, finally made it back to civilization in the city of Boise is where we're currently at. Just got my clothes in the washer at the laundromat because I was a little bit overdue for that. And while we wait for that, I'm gonna make myself some breakfast because I have not eaten yet today. It's always nice to make it back into a city after I've been out in the wilderness for a few days. So I might stick around here in Boise, hang out. Kind of makes me want to fish because I know there's a lot of fishing spots up around here, and it's just getting to that point where fishing season is starting to get better because the weather's starting to get warmer. And that's kind of something I've wanted to get more into anyway, so I think I might try to do some of that while we're up here. And I honestly haven't even decided if I want to continue north on this trip or if I want to head south before it gets too hot. I think I'll probably make that decision within the next 1 or 2 days. Figure out what direction I'm going, because I can always come back up here at the end of summer. I also much prefer colder weather living in a van than I do hotter weather, because it's just who I am. I like colder weather more than I like hotter weather, and it's also just a little bit nicer to not be sweating all the time, considering I don't have air conditioning. I think as a person I just manage the cold better than I do the heat. So this time of year in the van is like perfect for me. Ugh. What is going on? So the plan for today is kind of just hang out in the city. Since I'm here, maybe go check out a few things, and then I think I'm going to try to stealth camp downtown. There should be a spot. I think I can just park anywhere in the street parking. I'll have to read the signs and see if I can even make that work. But worst case, we can go park somewhere nearby. Because I have heard a lot of good things about Boise. And actually, I read online somewhere that it's like one of the best places to buy real estate either this year or last year or something like that. Hopefully we can find something cool to do. At the very least, try to find potatoes to eat, since that's what Idaho is known for, is the Idaho potato. It's the #1 producer of potatoes in America. I don't think it's in the world, because I would be willing to bet that the Irish have them beat, but I don't know. I don't know if Ireland ever came back from the potato famine. But anyways, Idaho's known for its potatoes, so at the very least we're gonna cook some tonight because I got some in the van. Look at that. Almost perfect timing to get our laundry. There we go. 30 more minutes to kill. Really need to get the new laundry bag. Alright, so now I just need to get all this folded up and put away, and I'm going to do that in 1.2 seconds. BEA beautiful. So while my clothes were drying, I saw this thing online that's apparently famous here at this drive-in like 4 or 5 minutes from here. That is a potato ice cream, and I figured since we're here, might as well go stop and check it out and see what it's about before we go find somewhere to camp downtown tonight. Stinker stores. What is that? This is it, West Side Drive-In, home of the famous Idaho ice cream potato. Cool looking place though. It's like an old 60s diner. Thank you very much. Look at that. Ice cream potato. When I first looked it up, I thought it was like a potato with ice cream in it. And honestly, it really does look like a potato, but it's just vanilla ice cream with cocoa powder around it. I will say it's almost a little bit off-putting trying to take a bite of this because it really does look like it's a potato. It's hard too. Jeez. Yeah, you can see it's just vanilla ice cream with cocoa powder on it. It's pretty good. Nothing too special, it's just ice cream, but it's also a perfect day for it. It's so nice out today. Oh yeah. There you go. That is the Idaho ice cream potato. So I think I'm gonna head downtown and see if there's anywhere that looks good that we can stay for the night down there. A lot of these signs say 1 hour parking until 6 p.m. 2 hour parking 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I guess technically we can park right here, I think. It's already 5 o'clock, so any of these spots will be good, but I'm gonna drive around and see if we can find anything a little better. Let's see what these say. It says 2 hour max on the sign, but we'll see if that's still a certain time or if it's, if you can stay here overnight. Enforced Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Maybe we'll be fine here. We'll pay the meter. This might be where we stay tonight. Just kind of right here, almost in the middle of downtown. Just gotta make sure all of my curtains and everything stay closed, so I don't draw any attention to myself unnecessarily. I haven't done a proper stealth camping video in a while, where I just camp on the street somewhere. And I always feel like sometimes I forget that I'm in the back of a van and that there's people walking by when I'm talking. So we'll have to be a little bit quieter. Cooking dinner tonight, and I won't be able to really watch any TV because it's a little too loud and I don't want people to be able to hear it from outside. Not too expensive, it was only like $2. It's only enforced till 8, so if they give me a ticket, we got it till 7:47. So if I get a ticket, I'll be a little bit upset, but these people are getting a ticket, I think. I actually have a question for you too. I'm meeting my friends out at the bar. If I leave my car here overnight, is that fine or no? If I just come pick up in the morning, as long as it's out by 8 a.m. Okay.
That's when we start again.
Awesome, cool. Thank you very much. Guess we should be good. Also, I'm not going to meet my friends at the bar. I just didn't want them to know I was sleeping in the van. I think the first place I'm going to head to is this Basque Center, which if you watched my last video, Basque heritage is an ethnic group from northern Spain and southwest France, I think, somewhere in that area. And apparently this whole area is just a big hub for where they migrated to. So there's this whole Basque cultural center in there. And in my last video, I made a Basque themed dinner. For dinner tonight, we're making a traditional Basque recipe. And that dish was what I originally thought was called piperade, but is actually phonetically pronounced piperade, I think. So I figured, why not? It's only 2 blocks away, might as well go check it out. So yeah, I guess the sheep herders from northern Spain and France just really like this area because it's basically essentially exactly the same, just grassy rolling hills as far as the eye can see when you're not in the city. And I would go into the museum, but it is closed. And it's my understanding that you say this as Basque, not Basque? Basque? It's Basque. Bunch of cool little restaurants and bars on this street too. I might have to stop in, grab myself a drink. But this is what I was looking for. Some painted alley. I feel like street art is so cool if it's done right. Where it's like not perfect and it's kind of a collage of stuff like this. See, this is crazy. So cool looking. I also just started watching Breaking Bad. I've seen like a few episodes of it in passing, but I've never watched it fully through. And I know I've been looking for a show to watch, and that one's got like 27,000 episodes, so I figured I'd start it, but it's actually a lot cooler than I was expecting it to be. I'm gonna go find somewhere to sit down, grab myself a drink, hang out for a little while, and then get back to the van, and we're making some baked potatoes tonight. All right, we're back. I got the baked potatoes started and then kind of went and hung out in the city. They've been in there for about an hour, hour and a half baking. They should be done in about 15-ish minutes, I think. Boise is a cool city. There's a lot of stuff going on here, and there's a lot of cool areas to go check out, honestly. It is hot in here from the oven going for the last hour. But now that we're back, I'm absolutely starving, so I'm gonna get started on the rest of the stuff while these baked potatoes finish up. And Idaho is known for a few things, one of which being potatoes, second of which being elk. So instead of using ground beef, we're gonna use some ground elk for our stuffed baked potatoes tonight. So first thing we gotta do is get everything all cooked up. I'm gonna use some bacon, and then the leftover peppers I had from the meal I made the other day, actually. And then some cheddar cheese. And actually we're gonna throw in some pickle as well. So we're gonna get everything prepped up real quick and then get it all cooking. And basically for this filling, we just need to fine chop our peppers and our pickle. And I think that should be it. Trying to get better at my knife skills. Slowly improving. This recipe also reminds me of one of my favorite meals that my mom used to make when I was a kid, which was just a stuffed potato with ground beef, Velveeta cheese, and onions with some sour cream on top. It was so good. I remember every time she made it, I would get so excited. This is a little bit different. It's got more of a Idaho theme to it, but very similar. So we've got everything chopped up, prepped, ready to go. I also chopped up some fully cooked bacon off camera, but we got our peppers, we got our pickles, we got our bacon. So now we just need to take our elk, cook it all, and then stuff our potatoes. And I don't know if I've ever had elk before. I don't know really what kind of flavor it's gonna have. It's gonna be more gamey or not, but some oil in the pan, let that get nice and hot. Then we'll start cooking. And I think while I wait for that pan to get a little bit hot, I'm actually going to chop up some of this cheese to make it easier to mix in. That should be good. Let's get this meat cooked up. And honestly, I'm probably just going to get this all kind of cooked up at the same time. Everything but the cheese. So I'm going to throw in the pickles, the bell peppers, and the bacon as well. This is also kind of one of those times where I'm not following a recipe online. I'm kind of just winging it because it's kind of hard to mess up a stuffed potato. You can kind of just throw in whatever you want. And then we're also going to throw in another Idahoan recipe. Something that Idaho is known for is fry sauce, which is basically just ketchup and mayo mixed together with a few other things. And that's what we're going to use as our topping for our potatoes. Something's happening. But our meat is almost cooked all the way through, so I'm going to season it up with a little bit of salt, keep it pretty simple, and then a little bit of pepper. And that is pretty much it for seasonings, and then we can throw in just about half of our cheese into the mixture. And hopefully that melts down nicely. I'm honestly not too sure how this is going to work out. And I threw a little bit more cheese in there just to make it nice and cheesy. But while we wait for that to fully melt, we'll go ahead and take these potatoes out because they should be done. Let those rest up a little bit. This looks so good. All right, meat is done. Potatoes are done. Baked up beautifully. Grab some butter out of the fridge. On brand Irish potatoes. Cut a few knobs of that out. Take our potatoes, get them on our plate. Might actually just do one for now and save the other one for later. Hot. Whew. Cut the potato open. throw in that knob of butter and just kind of mash up as much as we can the insides of this potato. Kind of butchering this, if I'm gonna be honest. Throw some salt on there. And then we can take our cheesy stuffing and just throw it on top. And I will admit, this is not the prettiest looking stuffed potato that I've ever seen. I might try to make the other one. I might try to make this one a little prettier than this one, but that is it. Just a cheesy, meaty, stuffed piece of deliciousness. And then for that Idaho fry sauce, I don't know how much on brand this is with how accurate actual Idaho fry sauce is, but a little bit of ketchup, a little bit of mayonnaise, some pickle juice, mix that up. It's essentially like a burger sauce basically, but that is gonna be our fry sauce. We can drizzle that on top. And that definitely does not look pretty whatsoever, but I bet you it's gonna be absolutely delicious. And I think it's getting kind of late, so I'm gonna get these overhead lights turned off. I do have a few little gaps in the curtain up here, and I just don't want people to be able to see through it. But Idaho baked stuffed potato with fry sauce in Idaho. And this is a Ryan original recipe. Cheers. Oh, that's actually really good. All the flavors actually go together pretty well. Normally, I feel like on this I would put some sour cream, but that fry sauce is so good. Wow, and it tastes pretty similar to the meal my mom used to make when I was a kid. Oh, the only difference is when my mom made it, she would use Velveeta and not cheddar cheese, but overall, absolutely fantastic. It's a great way to end our night hanging out in Boise. But I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, I might have a second potato too, because I'm pretty hungry. And then get everything all cleaned up. So I'll check in with you guys when I'm done with dinner. Dinner is done, mostly cleaned up. I ended up making that second potato. It came out way better looking than my first one did, because I took my time and I baked the potato a little longer, so it ground up a little bit better. And I do get a little worried sometimes with leaving the oven running while I'm not in the van, but I've done it so many times that it doesn't bother me that much anymore. And it survived, so can't really be too upset, but it is, I'll turn this light off. Fully nighttime out in the city. Got my pajamas on. My pajamas, I mean my sweat shorts. That being said, I think it's time for bed. Hopefully we don't get kicked out of this spot. I don't think we will. We should be fine. I talked to the parking guy, so it should be all right, and we shouldn't get kicked out, but I'm gonna wake up at 8 a.m. just to make sure, pay the meter, and then figure out what we're doing tomorrow. But I think that is it for tonight, and I will see you guys in the morning. It is starting to get a little bit more lively out on the streets. It was actually pretty quiet last night with cars driving by, other than a few fire trucks and drunk people screaming on the streets. Honestly, other than that, I got a pretty good night's sleep. I woke up a little late today, but I think the meter's already expired. So I'm gonna go out there and hopefully I don't already have a ticket and just pay it. I always like to check and make sure I'm not getting out right in front of somebody. Or right as someone's walking by. I feel like that'd be weird. Alright, well, no tickets, so that's good. Oh, I see the parking man down there. He just parked and he's giving out tickets. I'm gonna give us about an hour. But that's not bad, honestly, for a hotel room for the night. Basically, I think it was $6-7 total for parking, because I got here pretty much right as the paid parking ended. And I'm only gonna be here for probably another 20-30 minutes. I just gave myself an hour to be safe. I think since we're in the city and it's so easily available, there's a shop right down the street that I can just walk to. I'm gonna go grab some coffee. I didn't even realize it last night, but I parked out front of a bank. I think that's pretty sketchy. Oh, there's a coffee shop right across the street, but I don't want to go to that one. I want to go to this Dutch Bros that's just right down the street up here. I think it's on the next corner. 'Cause I've never been to a Dutch Bros and I always see them all over the place. Breaking the law, breaking the law. Oh, never mind. I will say though, one of the best parts of sleeping on a city street like we did last night is when it's a night that people go out, like a Tuesday or Thursday or Friday or Saturday. Listening to people's conversations as they pass super late at night when they're drunk is so funny, because you just get the most random piece of the most obscure conversation for like 4 or 5 seconds as they walk by. There were a few people screaming, which is kind of annoying, but I mean, who am I? What am I to say anything? I'm sleeping on the side of the street. Dutch Bros. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good one. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'm ever gonna come back here again. What is that? I hate that. Why is it like that? I don't like that at all. Just based on that fact alone, I will not be going back to Dutch Bros. Can't speak to how good their coffee is, but I don't like that raised nozzle. I think I want to get out of here before time on that meter runs out and get over to the gym. There's a Planet Fitness that's like literally 5 minutes away. I think that's it for this video. Getting out of here. And as always, I truly appreciate you guys watching. I know I say it every video, but I really do. If you haven't already, think about clicking that subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. If not, that's cool too. But either way, I will catch you guys next time.